Yes, Tottenham fans, it's Premier League match week 5 away to Brighton and Hove Albion. Look, we've had a fantastic start to this Premier League. Fantastic start, obviously. Put the Bournemouth game aside, I'd like to think Tottenham had an off day. We beat West Ham away as well. Clean sheet, bagged in the goals, a top performance. I'd like to think we should get this job done. On paper, we should get this job done away to Brighton. But as we all know, half the time, the Premier League is so unpredictable. But we should get the job done. Roll the intro and I'll crack on with the rest of the video. Come on. So yes, Tottenham fans, if you are new to my channel and you've never ever seen my videos before, even come across my channel before, hit that subscribe button. Smash a like, have your say in the comment section as well, and please keep the notifications button on as well, so when I do upload a brand new video, you will hear it first. So come on, let's crack on with the rest of this video. So Tottenham are away to Brighton this weekend in week match 5. I'm just going to have a little look at the head-to-head situation here. Some of it is pretty much 50-50. So goals conceded, Brighton have conceded 6. We've only conceded 1. Shots, we've had 38. They've had 31. Shots on target, 17 each on that one. Shots off target, 21. They've had 14. And blocked shots, 10. We've had 9. As the Premier League tables currently stands, I know it's early days, only 4 games in, being week match 5, obviously. Spurs are sitting 3rd within the top 4, 9 points. We've won 3 and only lost 1, hence the Bournemouth game. As for Brighton, they are sitting 13th in the table, only on 4 points. They've only won 1 game and lost 2. So I'm going to start with Bournemouth's last 3 Premier League games. Obviously, they lost to Bournemouth at the Vitality only last week, losing 2-1. Before that, being at the Amex, they beat Manchester City 2-1. And again, being away from the Amex, they lost to Everton 2-0. As for my team, Tottenham, we went to West Ham and beat West Ham 3-0 comfortably. But then Bournemouth are one of those dodgy sides, a bit like Brighton, obviously. And again, the Premier League is so unpredictable. We actually lost at the Lane 1-0, and Tottenham were completely off that day. If you did see that game, we were miles off. But like I said, I'd like to think we had an off day, and that was it, and we can move on. But Tottenham's Tottenham, you know what I mean? And then before we lose to Bournemouth that week, we paid Manchester City a little visit to the Etihad, and we beat Man City 2-0. Again, in my opinion, we beat them comfortably. Clean sheet. But come on. But then saying that, like I said, Brighton, they go and beat Man City 2-1. This is what I mean. The Premier League is so unpredictable. I wouldn't say half the time, but I'm going to say the majority of the time, you just don't know what the outcome will be by the end of 90 minutes. It's just ridiculous half the time. So being head to head in this situation, it's pretty much 50-50 when it comes to Brighton versus Spurs. So the last 5 games, obviously, the last time out Tottenham actually played Brighton was last game of the season. We lost 4-1. I like to think, I know we had a piss poor season, finishing 4th from bottom, 17th, just outside the relegation. I know we won a trophy, but Ange Postecoglou was just, we just completely lost it in the league. Completely lost it. And we lost 4-1 that day, last game of the season. Before that, again, Brighton beat us again, 3-2. Time before that, Tottenham won 2-1. And so on, it goes on. Brighton won 4-2. And then we go and beat Brighton 2-1. So they are the last 5 head-to-head meetings in this. So Tottenham being away to Brighton, On paper, we should get the job done. We should get this job done. But yeah, the last two meetings, Brighton have turned us over, being 4-1 and 3-2. But yeah, man, we've had a very good transfer window this season. I'm not quite sure what Brighton have done. From my understanding, they've not really done a lot in the last transfer market. But still saying that, they do have a decent enough squad to do something against us. So you know we've got to be on our guard. Got to be on our guard. Brighton manager Fabian Hertzler, you know, he's not gonna sit back in this one. He's gonna go strong with Brighton. So for if you could ask my predicted Tottenham lineup, I'm gonna go with pretty much the same lineup as we did in the last Premier League outing, obviously against West Ham, where we did turn them over comfortably 3-0 away from the lane. So I'm going to go with Fikaru in goal, my back four, Pedro Porro, Christian Romero, Mickey Van der Ven and Jed Spence as my back four. In the midfield, I've gone with Sarr, João Palhinha to come back in, and Bergville. Up top, I've gone with a top three, Mohamed Kudus. I've gone with Xavi Simons in the middle instead of the wing. So out on the wing, I've gone with a bit of a toss-up between Richarlison and Brennan Johnson for me on this one. If you're going to ask me why, I would prefer to see Xavi Simons play more central and just a little bit up top in this game. Just see what he's got there. And from my understanding, that is his natural position. I'm sure of it. I know he can play out on the wing. But I just want to see what he can do. And we all know Richarlison can play out on the wing. And it'd be interesting to see if Brendan Johnson does come in on this one, because obviously the last two games he's been starting from the bench. So it'd be an interesting one. But Tottenham fans, I'd like to hear your thoughts on the score. What's your score prediction going to be, guys? If you're going to ask me, definitely a Spurs win. We're going to get back-to-back wins in the Premier League and stay within that top four. So I am going to say 3-1 Tottenham. 3-1 Tottenham away to Brighton. And I know some of you are probably thinking, wow, but yeah, Tottenham 3-1. But yes, guys, let's hear your thoughts in the comment section. Your score prediction, your predicted lineup. Please hit us up in the comments on that one. But yeah, man, that's enough from me. As always, up the Spurs. Come on.